And welcome to Spotlight on Super FM 92.7. Yes, it's time for us to dissect the trending stories of the day relating from governance, education, business, health, politics, and also, many more, in farm and in Trojan analysis today. Today on Spotlight, we'll head to the educational sector. Yes, a whole lot has been trending in the educational sector, and definitely, when it comes to the educational sector in Nigeria right now, trending is the issue of JAMB. Yes, so the issue related to JAMB, where the Southeast Caucus have been talking tough on the just concluded UTME, or I would say the glitches of JAMB. Yes, now online everywhere, it's all about justice for UTME students. And the Southeast senators have made their demand on this JAMB crisis. The Southeast senator has made their demand on JAMB crisis. And joining us live, they will say ladies first. Remember, let's begin with the lady. Joining us live all the way from Washington, D.C., is an education and technology consultant, Dr. Aderunke Kujore. I don't know if I got that name correctly. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
All right. Also joining us live is a public affairs analyst, a lawyer, and also he is an administrator, Barrister Fred Nziako. Barrister Fred, good morning and welcome to the show. Barrister, can you hear me? Hello, Barrister. Well, we're finding it difficult to hear. If you can hear me, Barrister. Okay.
Yeah, it comes and goes. The line is not stable.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to the show. All right, now let's begin. Let the show begin. My name is Michael Ian. The Southeast Caucus, as I talk to you right now in the House of Representatives, are calling for the resignation of JAMB Registrar Professor Isiaka Oloyede over what they describe as a catastrophic failure in the 2025 UTME. Well, who led them? Honorable Igariwe Duma Enwo of the APC Ebonyi State led the caucus criticizing JAMB's handling of technical glitches that disrupted the exams for nearly 380,000 candidates, especially in the Southeast. Well, they've also condemned the poor communication and the short notices for rescheduled examinations, which also, as I talk to you right now, is clashing with the West Africa Examination Council. That's WAEC. They are demanding the cancellation of the 2025 UTME, and they want a new date to be set after WAEC and NECO. Well, let's begin with our education and technology consultant, Dr. Aderunke. When you had this glitch, like call it, this JAMB glitch, from the beginning of this, when the Oloyede, the registrar, JAMB registrar, came out to accept that yes, okay, they were sorry, and even cried on popular TV station, for all Nigerians to see. What came to your mind at first before we go into the senator's demand? Dr. Aderunke, I don't know if you can hear me.
I can.
Oh yes, yeah. I was directing to you. I mean, what came into your mind when you heard this first?
Sure. I believe you're asking what came to my mind when I saw the apology. I think a number of things came to my mind. First of all, it is sad and really horrifying that this kind of a glitch happened for negligence. I don't want to say it's not uncommon, but in today's technological environment, things like this can happen. The question is, how do we respond to it?
Yeah.
So it was a little disappointing for me to see him come on national TV and apologize in that way. Obviously, an apology was expected, but the mode in which it came through seemed to be not properly organized or not properly planned. I would have expected a little better from, from an education registrar, from the ministry, considering the impact of the glitches. And to couple with that sort of the statements from the minister himself, I think all of that sort of showed that there was poor planning in their sort of assessment of the issue and the mode of their communication.
All right, thank you. Barrister, do you agree, Barrister, that just like Dr. Deronke said, that there were poor planning, heads up to the 2025 UTME? I come to you, Barrister.
Yes, I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah,
So,
I was saying, do you agree with just like Dr. Deronke said, that heads up to the UTME, 2025 UTME, that there were poor planning for this?
Oh, this line is not friendly at all.
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, can I didn't hear you.
I said, do you agree that the heads up to the 2025 UTME, there were poor planning?
I, that-
Right, we're having a little bit of network glitches. Well, it's usual, right? Yeah, I don't know if a Barrister can. Yeah, Barrister, can you hear me? Okay, let's try reconnecting back to our Barrister, right? Yeah, we just need to clarify all of this confirmation, all of these issues, and even then, like I said, the Southeast Caucus are really talking tough in this. Yes, the Southeast Caucus are really talking tough, and they've called for the resignation of the JAMB registrar, Professor Isiaka Oloyede. Describing all of these issues, all of these incidents as catastrophic failure in the 2025 UTME. Okay, Dr. Deronke, are you there?
I'm with you, yes.
Okay, we are trying to get connected to the Barrister, but while we're doing all of our... okay, the Barrister, are you yeah, welcome, Barrister. Can you hear me now, Barrister?
No, thank you. I'm back.
Okay, quickly, you wanted to address the issue of preparedness for the UTME exam, 2025 UTME. You were trying to address the preparedness from JAM.
Yes, it was very unfortunate that when we thought we had started getting it right, we slipped back to confusion that seemed as if we were not prepared. The way the matter went indicated that JAM itself was in a web of confusion. And they didn't know what was coming, they didn't know what happened until the hue and cry started emanating from the general public. And JAM had to do some form of introspection to realize and find out that somewhere somebody has dropped the ball and messed up the situation very terribly. Technology is supposed to make life a lot easier and not make life more difficult for people. And once one deploys technology, one should expect that such technology should be adequately and robustly deployed, especially in circumstances where the future of the children of the country is involved. And that is why so many people started getting worried that why would technology be failing Nigeria at the most critical times in our national life. At the election, where INEC claimed technology disappointed, at exams, JAM claimed technology disappointed. But the worrisome thing about that of JAM, also the same as worrisome as that of INEC, because of the optics that seem to target the people of the Southeast. And that is where the hue and cry needed to be deeply examined. But why would, out of all the zones in Nigeria, why would that be only over a zone which takes care of the 5 states of the Southeast that had issues? And of course, it was natural for people to begin to raise some form of apprehension because of the position, the perceived position and deprivation of the Southeast in the affairs of Nigeria. So one should not be surprised that the people of Southeast raised their voices because of the perception index of the Southeast relationship with the rest of Nigeria, especially when it comes to issues of polity, issues of fairness, issues of justice, and now issues of examination conduct.
Okay, with
one
this,
wouldn't really blame them.
With this, you are from
Yes,
Barrister.
go on.
You are from the Southeast. And then we also Dr. Aderonke. I'm sure you're from the Southwest. Also, so we have a balanced side here. Now, the lawmakers from the Southeast are saying that 2025 UTME must be cancelled. Let's begin with Dr. Aderonke, who is from the Southwest. Dr. Aderonke, I mean, how do you agree with the lawmakers, who the caucus, the Southeast caucus lawmakers, who are saying that this UTME, 2025 UTME, must be cancelled? And don't forget that just about 2 days or 3 days after registrar came out to apologize and to say, oh, we accepted that there were glitches, he rescheduled the exam for the Monday. That's this week, this Monday. And a lot of people are saying, even the lawmakers are coming out to say, give them time, even if it's 2 weeks. A lot of the students, a lot of those pupils are coming out from this trauma, this failure, lost a life. I don't know if you know, glaciers. So, what do you agree with what lawmakers are saying that the 2025 UTME must be cancelled?
Sure. I don't believe that it is an extreme response. The catastrophe that we have here is not something to be downplayed. And it cannot be easily rectified with, tears on screen or quick rescheduling. I think there's so much more that needs to be done. So it's not sort of the fate of all of the children who or the students who have sat for the JAMB or who are expecting the results and how that affects their university admission. It's, with error proof, and it's not. Glitches happen from time to time. I think the issue here is that the cause for the glitch is totally unacceptable because it basically exposed the inadequacy of oversight. So some of their other responses in terms of resignation and things like that, none of them actually out of order. I think they're very fair and show sort of solidarity with the children and the people of this area. This is actually the type of outcry that we need in all areas across the country. I think too often Nigerians are quiet and grumble quietly. I think it's definitely a positive step to see such an outcry from all corners of the country, especially with the life that was lost, to basically voice the fact that this is unacceptable and needs to be cancelled. I think it's a viable option to cancel it, but we need to make sure that proper planning is in place for all children affected, all students affected, and how it affects their fate. You've seen this in different countries across the world. I think recently there was an exam, a medical exam that faced this kind of issue I believe in the UK or in the US, and they gave, all of the participants sort of a free pass at practicing,
Oh, really?
at least temporarily, while they continue to investigate and put other measures in place. So it's
So
not
are you
it's
calling
not
for such?
uncommon for
Are
these
you calling
kinds
for
of.
such a system in JAM? Well, a lot of people have been saying. A lot of Nigerians have been
I
saying it though. That I mean, those who were involved in these glaciers should be probably given 100 mark, or some should be 100 mark should be added to, what they scored, the initial score and all that. But let's hear from you. You are an educationist.
I don't. No. Yeah, no. I don't believe that you just add scores like that. But I think that this is a bad enough situation that you need to call to table a planning committee to review all the details and all of the options before a decision is made. I think the rash decision for students to retake the exam without proper investigation is not fair and does not ensure that there's fair admission into universities for all the students across the country.
Right.
So I think the decisions that have been taken are just too fast. But cancellation should not be exempted. It's a good, viable option as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Barrister Fred, you are from the Southeast, and the Southeast senators, the Southeast lawmakers, reps, caucus are really, really calling for the cancellation of the 2025 UTME. Are you of that school of thought, or do you have other options?
Well, I think JAMB has slated a repeat exam and are taking it. The results are coming out now. JAMB did so because of the tight schedule that the students themselves have. Right now they are writing their West African School Certificate examination.
Yes.
And by the time they finish, some of them, of course, most of them will start writing for National Exam Council exam, that is the NECO. And immediately they finish writing the NECO, we are getting into August. And meanwhile, universities will start admitting students in September. So they felt that the time is choked up. As a result, that they didn't need to wait longer. And that was why they had to quickly slate down these repeat examinations. And, that was the best they could make out of the circumstance, out of the very bad circumstance. And the rest is they need to really go back and ensure that this thing does not repeat itself. And because it gives a very wrong impression. Oversight, just like your guest, the other guests have said, that the oversight function had proven not to have worked well, because in deployment of technology, you have to also look at the quality control, which is very, very important. The quality control will give you whether what you are doing is right or wrong. And if there was an intentional sabotage, Nigerians are still waiting and expecting that JAMB should come out and tell us exactly what happened, so that Nigerians will know whether it was an error, a human error, a natural human error, or an intentional human sabotage, in which case possibly the officials of JAMB are not working in tandem with the dreams and aspirations and the direction of the JAMB registrar, who some people felt has set some form of standards that has caught up with him in a way. So these are all important to be looked at. And the opinion of the Southeast senators that JAMB should be scrapped, well, they are not the only one raising such voices. So many people, because of the nature of the entrance exams that students take, they write JAMB. They will still need to go and be examined again by their various universities.
Post-JAM.
Various universities in what they call post-JAM examinations and screening tests. It gives an impression that the multiple layers of entrance exam is not necessary. So it now calls for a situation where the viability or continued viability of JAMB in a process of admission of students, whether it is still relevant in the modern realities. That needs to be done because JAMB is even making entrance examinations to be costly. And JAMB has been criticized when they begin to beat their chest and claim that they are rendering billions of naira to federal government, from 7 billion to 6 billion to 5 billion since Oloide came in. And people have asked whether JAMB is a revenue-making agency or an examination body.
That question is an ongoing one to date.
Yes, it's an ongoing debate. The JAMB should not begin to beat its chest as a revenue money-making agency of federal government, because that is not its mandate. Its mandate, they say that because it is now focusing on making money for government, it has lost sight of its primary mandate of conducting credible examination that has led to this kind of experience that we had this year. So it is a very strong debate that those in education must look into critically, because any country that wants its future to be messed up will start where the future of any country, in fact, the future of humanity lies. So Nigeria should not look at this issue with from the prison of the fact that an apology has been rendered. Yes, apology has been rendered, but the causes of such glitch must be found out so that we know exactly whether we have internal sabotage, or whether we have falsely deployed technology, or whether we have lost sight of the focus of what JAMB is supposed to do. I do not think that JAMB should be priding itself as a revenue earner for federal government. Rather, it should pride itself as a strong examination body that helps students placement into university education, so that the standard of education in Nigeria should not be seen to be falling the way it is being measured currently.
All right, thank you very, very, very much for that. Yes, let's open the phone lines for more conversation. Lagos, it's time for you to be part of this conversation. Call us on 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Or call us on the other lines 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Thank you. It's Anif Oshe. I'm calling from Ota.
Anif Oshe from Ikota.
Ota.
From Ota.
Lagos State.
All right. Please make your comment.
Thank you. I want to appreciate the lawyer. I always like his comments. He's one of the most respected person on air that I've listened to many times. Now, I want to say that no matter what you do at times, there's what you call the law of Murphy. What will go wrong, will go wrong. No matter your preparation. It happens not only in Nigeria, so nobody should come and present it as if it's a Nigerian thing. Technology can fail with the best of preparation. The best system can fail. When it happens, what do? Do we now wait indefinitely and then fold our arms and continue to do find out findings and findings upon findings forever? In this country, we have to learn to move forward. When things happen, let's look at the solution is what we look for. And I think the JAMB has done that. They found out what they thought was the issue, and they've given their report. If anyone has another view with proof, not to just waste the time of the public, with cogent view, let's have it. But
All
we
right.
don't have to wait indefinitely.
Thank you very much.
And continue to postpone forever.
Thank you very much.
Oloyede has distinguished himself hitherto. So he will not be the head. He will not just want to stay there and not allow the system to rubbish him. No. Let's move on.
All right, let's move on.
Guys against it. If you can.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, keep your call coming in 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
This Shisha from Badagry.
All right, Tisha from Badagry. Please make your comment as brief as possible, please.
Hello. What this matter that they have been arguing for all long of these days, I don't know, because if people did the exam and they are not performing well, for me, it's better for person to sit, then adjust himself back.
All right, thank you very much. Well, it says
But now that they are saying this one, this, that, it's not today that we are doing the exam. It's not a matter, it's not a matter that is supposed to be carried up and down. Are you understand me?
All right, I will get you. Thank you very much. You have 705 690 0927. You can also send a WhatsApp message to that number. Yes. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
My name is Peter Osifo. I'm calling from Abanoja in Ikoton.
All right, Peter Osifo from Ikoton. Please make your comment. Make it as brief as possible, please.
Yeah, some people have been asking, saying that the JAMB registrar, Professor Oloyede, Ishaq Oloyede, should resign honorably. I don't think so. In fact, the person that should be sanctioned if there's all the things that we have put in place not to allow such students to achieve. And I don't see the reason why the Igbo caucus in the National Assembly should be asking for Oloyede's head. He has apologized, and his apology has been accepted. And the only thing is for him to see that at least there will be no mistake, no such error in future. And then there should be, image laundry for JAMB itself, for people to, take them serious next time, because now the trust is no more there. But he should not resign, for God's sake. So, and it is not only, the thing did not only affect the Southeasterners, but also even Lagos State that has a lot of population. So we should be very mindful when we are talking about national issues. We should not be tribalistic, inside things like this. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for your calls, Lagosians. Okay, and now joining us live right here in the studio is an activist, is a comrade, he's a Pan-Africanist. We have Barrister Chetam Thierry Nwanla, Esquire. Barrister, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having me in your studio.
All right. Yes, before you came, we also have a barrister like you, also Barrister Fred Nziako, also is right there, joins us via the phone. And we also have an education and technology consultant who joins us live from Washington, D.C., Dr. Aderonke. All right, Dr. Aderonke, I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you well.
All right. Barrister Fred, are you here also?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, and let's come to Comrade and also Barrister Thierry, who just joins us now, Barrister Chetam. Barrister Chetam, Dr. Aderonke has made a point on this also. Barrister Fred also, let's hear your own view on, you are from the Southeast also, I would say, or if Niger Delta, I would say.
South.
Okay, the South. Okay, so what's your take on the Southeast caucus of the House of Assembly or House of Reps who are calling for the resignation of JAMB registrar? After all of this, after he has come to the media to cry, which a lot of Nigerians will say is crocodile tears and all, and even after the ministers also has come to address that, well, you have failed. So what will you say? Should he resign just as the Southeast senators have said, or what is your option on this?
Once again, I thank you for having me in your studio. First of all, Nigeria is becoming, is getting worse every day and terrible every day.
Okay.
And sadly, institutions that should be responsible are no longer responsible. You know, in sinner crimes, we wouldn't be talking about, we wouldn't be calling on the registrar of JAM to resign. He would have honorably resigned and moved on, because truth be told, the incident that happened, it's unfortunate, it is pathetic. You're talking about over how many hundreds of persons who were affected in this entire situation. The Minister of Education should have also resigned. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, we do not resign. We stay put, even if we are the most terrible persons, even if we have done wrong, even if lives have been lost. Those who have also called and said that, oh, the JAM registrar we should move on, Then just like the situation that happened in Oyo yesterday, where a man was driving one way and the police shot at him and killed his son in the back of his vehicle. So we should also move on and forget about
stray bullets.
We have continued to move on while bad character continue to persist. It is because we have not tackled this bad character, and there is no accountability in this country. People will do things, we will not hold them accountable, they will get away with it, another person will try. Because see, when you set a wrong precedent, people will continue with it. People should be dealt with and be held responsible for their actions. We should not pamper them, because we should not make this to look like a regional issue. It is not a regional issue. The point is, the deed has been done. It has affected Nigerians, whether they are from whatever region they're coming from. And those who are involved should be held responsible. They should not just be held responsible.
But the registrar coming out to accept and apologize to Nigeria, well, that they're sorry, it was just a glitch. Is that not an atom of responsibility?
So a man who stole 1 billion naira from the coffers of this country and comes out to the public and say, okay, like a Mayfield now that has been tried, comes out tomorrow to say, I'm very sorry, Nigerians, I stole 1 billion, you should forgive me and let us move on. So we should forgive him and let him go and go with. See, people should take, once they take that there are disciplinary measures against this part when it comes to some of these actions. Those disciplinary measures should not be thrown to the wind. People should be disciplined. The problem we have is that we don't discipline people, especially when the people are highly placed. And let me say this whole issue about JAM and all that, and there are a lot of other things that have happened in this country that have been thrown under the carpet that did not come public. This one, they came public and tried to do all those, and he was crying. Let me tell you, the JAM registrar that I know, he's not a meticulous person. He's not a meticulous person. So if this mistake happened under him, for me, it was expected. You know, when this whole thing happened, I made a Facebook post and I said that, see, Professor Oloyede has been like this because I have done an audit on JAM, and I will tell you how nonchalant they are over there. Nonchalant over critical documents, important documents.
But this is JAM that had not been making profit over the past years, and now it's being said that, well, a lot of profit is coming in for JAM, meaning to say that the administration is getting better in terms of JAM.
Believe everything these Nigerian leaders tell you at your own peril. The truth of the matter is that this nation is failing every day. The nation is failing. They will come and rub these things off your face and all that because they have these things to hide. Because it is not because, let me tell you, it is just to answer the good name in public and all that. It is just like the EFCC who comes up with statistics and all that, and that we know that are not even viable. Those things are not. See, let me tell you, if a system is working, you do not even need anything it will naturally work. That's how it's wired. It will naturally, when you see it in the lives of the populace, in the lives of the citizens. But because the system is not working, because what they do, they bring out fake statistics, they bring out a fake model to these issues, make the rest of the world. Let me tell you, the minds of Nigerians are made up on every institution in this country. What our government is striving to do is to put us in a good light in the international community, to make every other country or every other person outside Nigeria to believe that something is happening in this country. But we know nothing is happening in this country. That is the obvious truth. Nothing, absolutely nothing is happening. If people have done wrong, whether they admit or not, they should be held responsible for their actions. And where there are punishment, they should be punished for it. For me, I think the Minister of Education, as well as the rest of them, should resign.
All right, let me hold you there. Let's go to Dr. Aderonke. Dr. Aderonke, I don't know if you can hear me. Are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. I'm sure you heard Barrister Chetam there in conversation.
Correct, yes.
Okay,
and I actually do agree with him.
Okay.
I actually do agree with him. I think a problem that we have in Nigeria is that we don't hold people accountable for their, for their wrongdoing, and so wrongdoing continues. I think this is a prime example that, that has caught public attention, and he should, since he hasn't, taken the initiative to resign, I think he should be released from his duties. Nigeria has too many qualified people interested and willing to work. There is no reason why we should keep people leading organizations that cannot be accountable for the work of the organization.
So you don't trust JAMB enough to be fair with this examination?
Sorry, would you repeat that?
I said, so you don't trust JAMB enough to be fair with this examination?
Though nobody in the country trusts JAMB at this point. And I think in order to rebuild that credibility, you need new leadership at all levels. I want to be clear on something. It's not just the that needs to resign. This is not a technical issue. This basically, right? And lack of oversight. And because of that, both everyone that is responsible for the negligence, the people that did not run the updates, the people that did not report update, everyone, please, of work, the duties, because Nigeria has too many people that are, looking for work, willing to work. So why should we keep those who have proven to not have the capacity to get the work done? Even the minister should be under the fire for his comments around this, because someone at his level should not have made the comments that he did without proper information. Obviously, it shows issues in the system all through, where we're just leading with sound bites and not really paying attention to what is happening in the country. If he is not able to stand for the children, then he doesn't need to be in his position. I'm sorry to say.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let me come to Barrister Fred Nzeko there. Barrister Fred, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
They said JAMB issues is a deliberate one on the southeast. But a lot of people are arguing, even on social media, that, well, look at the likes of Fabian Okoro, the likes of Dubem, those who say, would they say that charge of errors, and they are also from the southeast. But do you subscribe to this call? Like some said, that the judge that sent Awolowo to jail the other time was also Yoruba. Even some will say, well, Akintola who sold Awolowo to Ahmadu Bello and all was also Yoruba. Afonja that also sold a lorry to a lot of people had mixed up some things and all. Even some of them even went far to say, well, MKO, who also floated the newspaper then, all for some kind of a purpose, was also Yoruba man. We even have the likes of Ben Kalu, Okeze, and Joe Igbokwe, who are all Igbos. So with all of these now, are you subscribing to the fact that the senators' demands on this issue of the UTME JAMB, the 2025 UTME, should be followed? Are you also in the short run? Are you also calling in short run? Are you also calling for justice for the UTME students?
Of course, there should be justice for this because there are land involved. My own perspective is slightly different. My perspective is that we need to re-examine the validity of JAMB in exemption for intake of students at universities. Examine and continue to operate going forward.
Okay, I think we have a little bit of the network glitch
of center. Is
let's try
of all our.
Okay, let's try and get reconnected back to Barrister. Barrister, I don't know, we can't hear you. We can't hear you correctly, but let's try and get connected back to you while we go to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's the name and where you calling from, please?
I'm Andy again. I'm calling from Otter Steel.
Okay. Have you called us before? Have you called before?
No. Yes, I called before.
All right, please, we're sorry. We can only just take a call once so that we allow others to also be part of the show. Yes, call us 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Michael.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the show. What's the name where you calling from?
This is Sylvester Lukoya from Badagry area.
All right, Sylvester. Have you called us before, please?
Today, no.
All right, please go ahead. Make your comment.
I beg your pardon to say that I was an educationist, retiree from the quality assurance section. So I have interest in this issue. Number one, the senator's call should not be entertained. The number of those students empirically who failed in Lagos in totality are far higher than those who failed in the entire Southeast. We should not always ethnicize issue. This country is one. The Sikh of this world named one of his sons Ayomide. And one in Plateau State, where Igbos are predominantly dominated back in the days through Solomon Lai. So we should stop deepening ethnicity. JAMB has taken a step within the shortest time. Let's wait for this retake result and then see how to move forward again.
Right, thank you very much.
On the board of JAMB, beg your pardon, Oluyide is not the only actor. On the board of JAMB, there are names that are Igbos and Southeasterners and Southerners. They won't fold hands. So we should not deepen ethnicity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's the name and where you calling from?
My name is Mary and I'm calling from Lagos Island.
All right, Miriam from Lagos Island. Please make your comment.
Yeah, I feel so ashamed that at this time and age, we are still calling the JAMB registrar to resign. Like, it feels like we are just all dumb. Sorry to use this word, dumb. Because in a same country, in a same place, and we all do travel, including our leaders, you see that this is a national problem. This is something that affected children, young children, not just adults, young children that has high hope in Nigeria, in their country. And also, a child died in the process of this. For crying out loud. No, but the man in question shouldn't have been asked to resign. He would have honorably resigned because the people are not getting it better at all in the country. It degenerates more because nobody takes responsibility. And when the head is bad, trust me, the body cannot function. That's the situation we have in the country currently. The head is bad and the body will never function. So the earlier we start thinking about how to restore the country, I mean the young people, those who have the mindset of restoring this country, the better for all of us. If not, we are doomed.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. What's the name and where you calling from?
My name is Wale, calling from the Satellite Town.
Your name is what?
Wale
from Satellite Town. Wale, please make your comment.
Okay. My comment on that JAMB issue is very, very simple. As a programmer, a certified programmer, I think a computer is something what we call garbage in, garbage out. It may happen, and I was even a system admin in a bank for so many years, and I know how it works. Be as it may, it has happened. This thing has never happened before, and we cannot take a one indices to measure other variables. It's not done, and to cut the head when we have a headache, it's not the solution. All that we need to do is to know what has caused this problem. Let's solve it once and for all, and then forget about it. Instead of asking the man to resign, to do this, then when we normally say it in Yoruba, that when you say this wood is not good, remove it. this other one is not good. Remove it from the fire. Okay, which one of the woods will make that fire? So it's not. Let us be very, very realistic in what we are doing.
All right.
And then be very, very matured in our thinking. Nigeria is a complex state, and we need to work together as a brother and do the needful. Unfortunately, I pity those children because of the distress they are going to have. But
thank you very much for.
Let us drop it, and then let's focus on.
Okay.
As a programmer, anything can happen to.
All right. Thank you very much.
It's a software problem.
Okay.
What happened today is a software problem and not application problem.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Well, Barrister Chetam, just I guess that caller was directed to you. That when you say, or maybe also I'll talk Dr. Nero Ketu in Yoruba, just like they say, when you remove this wood from fire, and then you say, oh, because the wood is not good. You remove this one, and then you keep removing the woods from fire. When will the food get done, or when will what you're doing get better? Let me direct that to you, Barrister Chetam. Just like our caller said, when we keep saying that, well, this one should leave, this one should be removed, this one should resign, when are we going to even get what we want?
We're over 200 million Nigerians,
okay,
and the best of us are not leading us.
How are we sure the next person coming is even the best?
No, the point is this. Once you actually observe that this person is not functioning as he ought to function, you take the person out and you get someone else to replace him. Let me tell you, Nigeria have bright minds, sound people, very sound people. In the world, I don't think we have any country that has the number of sound persons like we have in this country. But there is a way the system has been wired to allow the worst of us to continue to lead us, and that's exactly exactly part of our problems. Let me say this: it's not like the JAMB registrar has not done other things that are good and all that. Okay. He might have done those things that are good and okay, but you see, this is a grave mistake, a grave issue that is national concern. And like I said earlier on, we should not be looking at it from the standpoint of ethnicity or which region was affected and all that. We should look at it that a mistake was made. It is also possible that even those who passed because of this particular
glitch.
Yes, in the system. Because, we should look at it holistically. Yeah. Let's go about the number of persons who failed. What about those who passed? Did they pass on merit? And that is why you see we keep on churning out graduates that know nothing, next to nothing in this country. Because the educational system is in a mess. Then just the educational system, go to the university and even see what is happening in universities. And one other thing we should also know is that JAMB has outlived its usefulness. There are lots of agencies, multiplicity of agencies that are having conflicting roles with other agencies and all that. JAMB has outlived its usefulness. Universities should be allowed to conduct their own examinations. And when these universities conduct, they admit the persons they admit.
They do. We have post-GTMA.
Then why do we have JAMB? Why do we have JAMB? That's the point. So, see, the truth is this. Your ministry has messed up and messed the country up entirely. The minister was even more irresponsible by making the statement he made earlier on. Now, the minister, first of all, should be fired. Then the registrar, who was actually at the helm of affairs of things, should as well follow suit. Let me tell you, no matter how good you are, the moment the system, you have made a mistake that has affected the entire system and compromised the system, naturally, whatever good you have done would not speak to you for you at that point, because there is a presumption that maybe you're already getting tired and weak as a result of several successes. It's time to leave for new brain and new minds, fresher minds to actually come. The man has been there since the Buhari administration. He didn't just start. He has been there. Yeah, and like I said before, he's been there since even as at 2019, when I audited JAMB, he was there. What is he still doing there? He should go. Let's get someone else, a fresh mind. Because there is no improvement in the system.
Okay, all right. Let's go to the social media. Yes, this is Olamile come from Lagos saying, I want to ask a question. Why is this APC government synonymous to a technical glitch? From cash and carry now to JAMB laid by Oloyede. This has brought us into this nightmare, and that is why nothing is working. It says, okay, in a sane country, JAMB register ER and the education minister will be sacked or they resign because of this calamity, mass failure of JAM students. This is the same JAM register that reduced the JAM score from 250 to 120 because of Northern candidate. Also, it changed a written exam to computer-based, which has caused this nightmare. Let me come to Dr. Aderonke. Dr. Aderonke, I don't know if you can hear me. Do you think this is becoming a nightmare, changing an examination from computer-based down to examination from written exam to computer-based? Is that not development?
Yeah, no, that is not the issue here. There's one clear issue here, and it's a lack of oversight. If an update wasn't done and nobody caught it, that's the issue here. It's not the issue is not that we're now digital. I think the fact that he moved us from paper to digital is actually a plus to him, and he should accept that accolade and accept that as his piece of good and let the country progress. I do agree with the barrister in the studios that we really should get to a point where any leader that shows their incapability of leading an organization should step out and let somebody else get in and do it. For me, whether he's been there since Buhari or not, I think what this shows is that he's incapable of leading an organization that can maintain trust across the country. And so it has nothing to do with the fact that we're using digital technology. There are even times where, technology fails, and it's his responsibility to make sure that they are back up their contingency plans to ensure that the children are still able to complete their assignment and be prepared for university. That being said, I do agree that the entire system needs a review and potentially an overhaul. We have too many exams going on to achieve the same purpose, and so maybe JAMB really has outlived its day, and this is an opportunity for us to have that conversation. These things don't happen.
Quickly, let me comment because of our time. This issue of underage registration, underage candidates, how do you react to that? You're an educationist. Even in the US where you are also, I don't know how it's been done, there. I'm sure while you were here, I don't know how the processes that went down. So can you just give us a little thoughts on this underage candidate thing that Jama said? Well, even the Minister of Education also said it that, well, if you're not up to 18, you can't write JAM and all of this. Quickly, in 1 minute, give us your reaction.
Again, that shows just a lack of, thought behind some of these statements that our leaders are putting out there. The issue is not, you can't just stop underage people from taking the JAMB exam if you allow them to flow through the system to get to the point where they're ready to take JAMB. So the issue is not whether or not they should be able to take JAMB. Of course, you have allowed them to the system, and now you have to allow them to take JAMB. If you did not want underage children at that level, then you shouldn't have allowed them to flow through the system so early. So the issue is not at the top. You can't cut the leaves off and expect that you're going to solve the problem. This is a problem with the educational system as a whole. Right from primary school, we push children too fast through the system, and then we want to stop them at the end. You can't stop them at the end.
All right. Thank you very much. We can't stop them at the hand. Dr. Aderonke Kujore, who is an education and technology consultant. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Okay, also Barrister Fred Nziako, a lawyer and an administrator, thank you for your time. And Comrade Chetam Thierry Nwala Esquire, who is also an activist and a Pan-Africanist. Thank you very much for your time this morning, Comrade.
Thank you very much.
All right, Lagos, this is where I will draw the curtain on the show this morning on Spotlight on Super FM 92.7. Yes, join us again at same time tomorrow for another interesting edition. My name is Michael Young. Have a beautiful day.
We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Switch to the good side of life here on 92.7 Super FM. Real radio, real music, it's 92.7 Super FM.